What's up, my YouTube audience? This your boy Craze, the king of content. What you're listening to right now is a phone conversation I did with Woody Rock, who was signed to Andre Harrell's iconic Uptown records in the mid-'80s. He's going to share some stories about Uptown, his career, Andre Harrell, Russell Simmons, his thoughts on how Andre Harrell and Russell Simmons had something to do with the Illuminati and alternative lifestyles back then. And if you know what I'm getting at, it's crazy. So this interview and these interviews that I'm going to be giving you guys in the future, they're unedited, nor are they modified in any way. I want to share with y'all my relationships with various people in the music industry from the early days up until now. So I need you guys to really drop me a comment, share, and click the bell to get instant notifications when my content drop. Once again, my goal is to keep you entertained, but mostly all educated in a way that you learn something from what I'm doing and the culture that we live and love so much. So without further ado, check this out. Getting ready to call Woody Rock from Uptown Records crew. So let's see what happens. See if I get him on the phone. There we go.
Yeah.
Woody Rock,
What's good?
what's happening? This is Craze. Rod gave me a number.
Oh, okay. What's up, bro? What's up, bro?
How you doing, man?
I'm maintaining, man. Doing the best I can, surviving.
That's what's up. Did I call you at a bad time?
Nah, it's all good. I've been waiting to hear from you, because I got a story, man. Look, I see what you've been doing, man.
Right.
Let me tell you, you're hitting one of the realest brothers right now that's gonna drop it now. I'm telling you.
Okay. Well, do you mind?
Man.
Do you mind if my system is recording our conversation. I always like to let you know that before we start.
Okay.
So it's already recording. I just took a chance and said, let me call the brother and see if he pick up. But Rod did tell me that you was reaching out to me. I just never seen your number. When I get a number that I don't know, I don't pick it up. I'm bad like that.
No, actually, Rob been telling me, I've seen what you did with Groovy Kill and
Right.
whatnot, and I've seen some of the other. I've been looking at some of the other stuff on YouTube, so I was like, yeah, finally somebody that's starting to, pick up. Cause look, man, I got a history that go way beyond Uptown. I got a history that go to a rap group called the Choice 5 MCs. I don't know if you ever heard of them.
No, I never heard of them. But let's start talking about it. Do you mind?
Yeah, give me a few seconds to get myself together. I just walked in here and whatnot.
Okay.
I had to drop off some stuff. Well, give me a few seconds, and man, I got a story to tell, bro. When I tell you, man, I don't even know if the world is ready for it.
Well, listen, I got a nice little following, so I'm pretty sure it's gonna get out there.
And look, what I got to say need to be made into a daggone movie, real talk. What I got to say, because, my history go way before Uptown Records. I go back to when Jam Master Jay was the one who referred me to Uptown Records.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Jay referred me because he used to come in the neighborhood where I grew up in Long Island, out in Uniondale. I grew up in Chill City, Uniondale.
Oh,
As
okay.
a matter of fact, I grew up with Flavor Flav and Chuck D and all of them dudes. My crew, I'm like one of the, how do you say, I school Busta Rhymes and the leaders of the new school. Those are my children.
Really?
Yeah, I got a history. When I tell you I got a history, I'm like one of the greatest stories never told. Real talk.
So how did you get into music?
Well, let's see. Because I made a rap about it, and it started in 78.
Really?
For me, pretty much in 78, when rap was going strong throughout New York State. Now, I started out as a DJ. I used to be known as, they used to call me Woody D.
Okay.
Mr. Big Nice. I had so many names on the street, but I was Woody D before I was Woody Rock.
Right.
And I started out with as a DJ, and back then you try to get a little shine on the turntables. Everybody wanted to be like Grandmaster Flash and all of that back then. Try to get a little shine, but it's like hard because everybody want to be on the turntables. They say hogging up the turntables.
Right.
So I picked up the microphone and started doing my, thing. Next thing you know, people were feeling me.
Right.
So ever since then, that born the MC. I was like, okay, later for the DJ, I picked up the mic and started doing my thing. And next thing you know, everybody was like, yo, this brother good. So I just kept up with it. And that's like pretty much like 78, 79, getting into 80.
Right.
And you see, then I met up with a crew called the Choice 5 MCs out of Long Island. They were the men who originally made the name Strong Island, because a lot of history they got out here is false. How you say false news?
Really?
It was the Choice 5 MCs out of Long Island that made the name Strong Island, because back in 81 or 82, in the early 80s, they had a rap contest, Long Island rappers versus New York City rappers, at a place called United States of America that was in Jackson Heights, Queens. They also changed the name to Sparkles.
Did that have something to do with the promoters Dave and what's their names? They did a lot of stuff back then. Dave and I forgot the other dude, but they used to do a lot of bring a lot of artists out to Long Island back then. Sounds familiar.
Not really, not to me.
Okay.
We ain't had too many We had a few guys. I forgot the name. I can get the name of the guy because my man Sirius knows the guy. But we were pretty much, the Choice 5 was known for we were known as the 5 deadly venoms of rap. We were also known as the Temptations of rap in Long Island.
Okay.
Our man Run used to steal our rhymes. That's how I really pretty much got put on the Uptown Records, because Run, being that Jay was producing us at one time, Run used to hear all our stuff, you know what I'm saying, and then, come back, oh, Jay, you got to go back in the studio, Russell wants y'all to do another demo, the nonsense, and then next thing you know, Run come out sounding like us. When the Mysterious and Serious from Raising Hell and all of that, that's all the Choice 5 style. K Fine, my man, when he did Who's House, Run's House, that's K Fine style from the Choice 5. So, we influenced a lot of these big time rappers that didn't even pay homage or even mention us or show us any love. Like I said, Run's House, that's K Fine style. He stole K Fine style. They even stole Sirius lyrics, because my man Sirius had a lyric that went delirious, furious, sometimes curious. My last name C, my first name Sirius. This was like 5-6 years before Raising Hell, before he came out with Mysterious and Serious. I ain't no joke. I mean, these dudes was just, and then what was so ironic about it, I got fed up because I was always, I was born in the Bronx, but I grew up in Long Island. I always had a way of not wanting to bite my tongue when I see you wrong and things ain't right. I didn't care who you was. I'm from the street. I don't care if you run, if you biting me, if you doing me wrong. I don't care who you is. I'm going to let you know about it. And what happens from there, it happens. But, I got fed up of running them stealing rhymes. And, imagine your neighborhood who heard you rapping for years, and then now they know you rapping, doing some work with Jay and Run DMC. Now all of a sudden, the people from the hood is coming up saying, yo, what's up, man? Running them sounding like y'all, and y'all ain't even come out yet. What's going on? So I had to deal with that. So
how did you hook up with Jam Master Jay?
Well, like I said, this goes back to that contest in Jackson Heights, Queens, when I was telling you about at United States of America. They also changed the name to Sparkles.
Right.
But anyway, we had won the first prize, and the thing is, the prize was, all right, the first prize winners get a recording, a contract, and I think about $500 cash and a recording contract. So we had won first prize. All right, so we started working with Marley Marl. Now I met Marley Marl twice in the game, and this is a story. So I met Marley Marl with the Choice Five. Marley started producing us, and we started getting the jerk around. Next thing you know, Shan went in and was stealing our beats, giving it to Shan, and then Shan got one of our beats stolen by LL, and they had the nerve to make the record Beat Biter, but it was a beat they got from the Choice Five. But anyway, after going through the nonsense with Marley and whatnot, we was like, we gonna try to, pursue our career and getting some good management or somebody that's gonna get us right. We came across Jay. My man Sirius had a connection with Jam Master Jay. So Jay used to come, being that we was in Unionville, Hollis, Queens is like maybe 15, 20 minutes away drive. Jay used to always come to our hood and, come to Smith Street Park, play basketball, chill with us and whatnot. And, he was feeling us and whatnot. So he took us under his wing and called himself, he gonna produce the Choice Five.
Right.
And this was like around 85.
Okay.
And Jay was producing us, and like I said, I got tired of, next thing you know, everybody, well, I could say a little bit, about 84, between 84 and 85, because we had to go through like a year or so running them, stealing our lyrics and style, sounding like us, and us not coming out. And then, we trying to be loyal to them, but yet they ain't getting nowhere. I get fed up. I told Jay later for that, I'm leaving because, my mom's and pops separated. Mom's went back to the Bronx, and Pops, I don't know where he was. So I'm out here in Long Island living from house to house trying to come out with a record deal while all these dudes is jerking us and absorbing our youth and our style and whatnot. I got fed up. I was like, yo, let everybody kiss my ass. I'm going back to the Bronx, F this. Jay was like, yo, Woody, because I was always a great writer. I did a lot of writing, if you notice. And this is another thing that had me upset about the Uptown thing when they did a thing on the Uptown records, and they didn't even mention me or Vanessa Sequist when we were the bricks from the foundation. I mean, I did so much stuff for them. I wrote Vanessa Sequist record on the Uptowns record. You see Woody Rock name on the bass game. Mm-hmm. I did the Native Son soundtrack with To Me. I did the bonus beat. I introduced the beat. I mean, I did a lot with them, and for them not to even mention me, I was like, wow, and there's a story behind that. We'll get into that. But, so Jay referred me to Andre Harrell. I told Jay, yo, later for y'all, Run can kiss my ass later. I don't care. Y'all stealing our rhymes. I'm out. I'm going back to the Bronx with my mom. I'm getting jerked, and we're later for y'all. Jay was like, yo, Woody, my man Andre coming out with a record label. You want me to hook you up? I can hook you up with him. So I was like, yeah, it's the least you could do, shoot. And I ended up leaving the Choice Five, and there was, bitterness behind that because, that's like together we were the Five Deadly Venoms. They couldn't stop us. We was the last of like one of the rap quartets, like the last of the over 3 and 4 or 5 MCs, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because you didn't have too many other than Flash, the Furious Five, and stuff like that. We were the last of them, Mm-hmm. And from there, Jay referred me to Andre. So I went to Andre's house one day. Andre and him called me up, and I went to Andre's house in the left rack and performed a cappella right there. And he was like, yeah, you on.
Just like that.
Just like that. My skills, man, my lyrical skill, man, I was known on the streets way before I was with Uptown Records. At least maybe 7 years before like I said, I signed with Uptown in 86. In 81, and to me, it go back to 78. But between the years of, say, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, they couldn't mess with me. I was on the level of Rakim and KRS-One. I was always up on that level, so they couldn't mess with me. Lyrically, I was known as like me and my boy K Fine, even though we were with the Choice Five, we were the two that were always known like, okay, you run across them on the street and you talk some trash, you in for a battle, and 10 times out of 1, you ain't gonna win.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's how we were known on the streets.
Right.
So, I was known, and like I said, if you ever interview Buster, Ask Busta Rhymes about Woody D, Woody Rock. You know me as Woody D from the Choice. But see, we the ones that influenced them. Busta sounds just like Serious C. I used to bottle Charlie Brown and Smith Street Park and before they was with Leaders of the Music. I used to battle and take out Chuck D and them before they was covering me when they was Spectrum. You know, so I gotta,
So tell me, I want to kind of focus on one point and then we could go into other areas. So you rap, you do the acapella for Andre Harrell, and he says you're on. And so what happens next in your recollection? What happens? What's the next step that happened?
Okay, after that, about maybe a couple of weeks later, we in the studio recording Uptown and everything. You know, Uptown is kicking it. And I also did a single called Stress. Andre had me working with, what's that guy? David Reeves. You ever met David?
No.
D?
No, I heard of him. Yeah, of course.
He's a great guy, man. Davey DMX, you are the best. Cut that beat to the deep. He had the theme song for the hip hop b-boy shit. But anyway, Andre sent me to work with Dave. You know, Dave had a little drug problem back then, but you know, I ain't knocked that because I ain't knocked a man's drug problem. I respect the man because he told me the truth.
Right.
And it was like pretty much ever since he told me the truth, Woody Rock's career was kind of went down. You know what I'm saying? Because I started asking questions about my royalties and my advances and stuff like that. Because I'm out here struggling trying to get to his studio, and he's like, "Yo, well, Woody, you know, you on major label, MCA, Andre, them got money. You got a budget. You know, if you needed to come to the studio in a limousine, the money was there for you. But you know, I can't say, but they jerking you. You know, real talk. He was the one who put me up on the game of the industry. So ever since then, it's like when you know in the business aspects and people want to jerk you, you know too much. It's like we can't. You know, he a problem.
Right. So,
so
did you ever get a contract? I mean, after you heard you rap, did you sign a contract?
I had a publishing contract with Uptown Records. I got a writers publishing. No, I got management, publishing, and an artist.
So you signed
contract.
3 contracts.
Yeah.
And so, what was your relationship like with Andre Harrell?
I mean, me and Andre were cool and everything. You know, I liked Andre. You know, I liked his business. And, you know, the way he offered a lot of good opportunity. I like that, you know. I just didn't like, the stuff that Illuminati stuff that everybody talking now, I already knew about that 20 years ago.
What are you talking about? I don't know what you're talking about, but with that.
Well, I mean, it's just a messed up game, man. It's just a messed up game. I mean, are you ready for the real truth, man? Because I'm going to drop it, man.
Yeah.
But, you know, these guys, you know, you got guys that are dealing with homosexual activity. I ain't knocking the next man's preference or the woman's preference, but when you use that stuff to keep people down that are good artists, and just because they're not living like that, and you don't want, you suppress their skills, that's where I have the beef. You know what I'm saying? And that's where the things went wrong with me in Uptown Records and Andre and them, because, you know. So
you saying he wanted you to do some homosexual shit?
I ain't gonna say outright that's what he wanted, but that was going down. Dave was the one who exposed it to me when I told you, when I met with Dave. That's what Dave told me. I'm gonna bring it out. Dave told me, I can't stand him and Russell. And they two were sleeping together in the same building where Gerard lives. 2 men staying together in a studio apartment on a pull-out couch.
Okay, but that don't mean they sleeping together. They might be sharing.
I ain't finished yet now.
Okay.
Here we go now. Now he was like, and now I'm at Dave's house. All of me, Dave, Andre, and he at the studio that day. But he had told me this earlier. But he said, yeah, and Andre must be the bitch, the woman type, because that nigga ass open every time time that nigga come to my house and take a shit, he stop up my toilet. And I was like, you know what I'm saying? So word is bond now. I'm a God body too. I'm part of the nation of gods of earth. Word is bond on my life. And I just buried my father 4 months ago. And my mama. A word is born on all our lives. When he said that, about 30 seconds later, here come Andre coming out the bathroom with the plunger talking about, yo, Dave, the toilet is broke.
So he took a shit and broke the toilet.
Broke the toilet. And Dave predicted the future. He was like, yeah, his ass is open. That nigga it must be a bit. And, and then ever since then, and then when I started asking about my royalties and my advancements, it was a problem. And then, so I asked Jimmy Jenkins. I don't know if you ever heard of Jimmy Jenkins. He used to work for Andre, like one of his right men, and was the guy Kurt Woodley and all of them. Well, I asked Jimmy Jenkins. I said, yo, why them guys on that gay shit, on that homo shit? And then he actually, well, Woody, you gotta understand, these guys got thousands of women throwing themselves at their feet, and they just into new and alternative things. So then I was like, well, damn. Got to figure something out, like, I showed improve my skills on the streets.
Right.
I showed improve my skills in the studio. Why am I not getting paid?
So you think his lifestyle has something to do with you getting paid? Is what you're I guess what you're alluding to, correct?
Yeah.
And you're saying and what you're saying is if there was no kind of activity like in the lifestyle that you're allegedly, I gotta say allegedly, he's doing, if you didn't partake in that was one of the reasons why you was. So then why wouldn't, because from my understanding, do you feel like, now let me ask you this question. That's your take. What about the other artists on the label? Did you have any relationships with them, and did they feel the same way?
Yeah, even Gerard knew. And if you notice now, the ones that knew this stuff did not get mentioned in that documentary, in the Uptown thing they had a couple of years ago. From Assistant Quissy, Shireen, she knew. I mean, she had told me, some rumors about ADF. And because I kept saying, well, why, I know Heavy's good and everything, but I'm greater. But, but why, is this guy getting all, the attention as far as when it comes to advancing your career and stuff like that, getting the tools and everything that you need necessary to be successful? Right. Why is he not, and then she was like, well, Eddie would know to give him blowjobs in Mount Vernon and whatnot. So then I was like, well, damn, that's why, he always looking like I got Eddie brand new truck and making sure. But, I need stuff to enhance my career and everything, too. So what's going on? So then, and then when Shireen told me that, it was like, okay, she knew what time it was. It was like everybody that in the inside that knew what time it was, when they had that documentary, they did not mention. They didn't mention. You seen pictures of us, and you seen us dipping in the video, but you did not hear one word about Finesse and Quiz, Woody Rock, Groovy Chill. I mean, no, you heard Groovy Chill, but you didn't hear about the Brothers Black, Finesse and Quiz.
Okay, so let me ask you this question, just to clarify something. Okay, so but Finesse and Sequence are a female group. Why wouldn't he give them advance, or why wouldn't he push them? Okay, now you guys are men. I understand where you coming from there. So what would be their argument? And I'm just not trying to play devil's advocate or anything, but what would be their reason for not getting advanced in their career?
Well, they was getting a little something, but they wasn't getting like they were supposed to. I don't know if you noticed, I wrote their first record.
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I wrote Bass Game. It's a name Woody Rock credited on the album. I wrote that. And Andre wanted me to write Soul Sister.
Soul Sister.
And I didn't do it. I think he got the Brothers Black in them to do it, but I didn't do it because I was like, well, look, I wrote Bass Game and I never got paid for that. So come on, it's the second go round, and let's talk a little figures or something now.
Right.
I ain't get no publishing or nothing from anything yet. So Well,
Wow.
and then let me tell you another thing y'all don't even know. This is history that people don't even know. I'm telling the truth that you can look up and document. You know, Vanessa Sequist, you know their government name?
I know it's Sydney and Shireen. I don't know their last names.
Yeah, exactly. So, you know the Hudlin brothers who did our video, Uptown is Kicking It, they also did House Party, right?
Right.
Did you know the names of the girlfriends that were Kid and Play's girlfriends in the movie?
Yeah, Sydney and Shireen.
All right, they got that from Vanessa Sequist. They took put it like this: a lot of characters that was in that house party was based on the Uptown crew. The brothers Black and me and them were like the full force guys that were beating Kid and Play down. We were the gangsters.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Vanessa Sequist was like Sydney and Shireen.
And Groove Be Chill was like Kid and Play.
Yep.
Right.
But see, Groove, how you say, Bilal didn't have no teeth back then. So that's why they let Martin Lawrence play Bilal, the DJ with the bad breath. So, you know, a lot of things, you know, were based on the Uptown crew. Because if you look on the back of the Uptown album with the Hudlin, there was a little right scripture that said first the album, the video, and then the movie.
It said that on what?
On the Uptown album, on the back of the album.
What does it say?
It says first the album, next the video, and then the movie afterwards. So album, video, and movie.
Right.
So the album was the Uptown with us, the video was the Uptown crew, and the movie was House Party.
Right. So,
you know, because the Hudlin brothers did all of the Hudlin brothers did Mr. Big Stuff, and the Uptown and Mr. Big Stuff was their first projects major projects that they did.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So, what was your relationship with Groove Be Chill? Did you have a relationship with them?
Yeah, me and Groove and them were chill, you know, I like them, you know, Groove, me and Chill. I've been trying to get in touch with Chili Dog for years, you know, because I wanted to get into, you know, a little acting and stuff like that since the music industry wasn't paying me, like I said, I did commercials, voiceover commercials, and got more money from doing a voiceover commercial that was only, 20 seconds than all the music and compilations I did with Uptown was kicking it.
So talk to me a little quickly about your relationship with Groove Be Chill, and then I have a few questions I want to ask you about Andre Harrell and Uptown Records.
Okay. My relationship with Groove Be Chill was cool. You know, I never had no problems with them. They was very, you know, they kept a smile on, even though we had days when, you know, people was feeling bitter, and, you know, Groove and them kept a smile on your face. You know, they were, you know, they always brought sunshine in the cloudy day, you know.
Right.
And they were out from Strong Island, which, you know, even though I was born in the Bronx, I grew up in Long Island. So, you know, when I found out, I went out there once or twice to their house, Bilal's house, and wine dance and whatnot, you know. I used to like his sister back then. But, yeah, we had a good relationship. We were cool and whatnot, you know. The only thing was like, you know, we have like maybe different styles. I consider myself to be more like a street warrior rapper, you know, like
right.
I don't, you know.
So where do you think things went wrong with Uptown Records in the first few groups that were signed? The Groove Be Chills, the Woody Rocks, the Brothers Blacks, the Finesse and Sequence, outside of Heavy D and the Boys and Marley Marl. Where did things go wrong with Andre? Because or you know, everyone says he focused so much on Heavy D.
I guess, you know, that's what he focused on. I guess he didn't have too much time to give everybody, the equal opportunity and that they deserve, you know, because like I said, it wasn't like, the other groups wasn't as good. They just needed, the professional backing, the right, career moves and whatnot. Somebody that's going to focus, you don't have to be 100%, but at least 50 to 60% focus. And I think all of them would have made it. Everybody would have made it. Either
Right.
in one category or another. If they decided to be as rappers, or we wanted to be into the entertainment, get in a few movies or something, do something that you had talent, to get a paycheck. That's all. Keep everybody working and doing something, besides, shelving people and, I wouldn't have did it like that. I would have made sure, they at least, gave everybody the good shots and the equal opportunity to make sure that, their promotion was right. You get people with the right producers and stuff like that. Because, see, they stuck me with Dave, and Dave let me do a lot of creativity myself too, but then with the knowledge that he was telling me was like, sometimes knowledge could be a blessing and knowledge could be a curse. You know too much, people don't want to mess with you.
Right.
So, that's how things went, like that.